So we got the frame all laid out on the ground, and today is the day to weld in the bags. Now, I still have a lot of stuff that has to be done before we can weld in the bags. We've done a lot of measurements. Let me grab my notes real quick. We've measured, triple, double, quadruple measured. I probably measured this frame 100 or 200 times. But this is what we still have to do before we weld in the bracket to the bags. So we need to get the axle located. I believe we're pretty close. We just got to tweak it just a little bit. We're going to weld the bag to the frame, which is the bag to the top of the frame. And then we're going to weld the bag to the axle. The problem we have with the bag to the axle is the parallel link that mounts to the bottom of the frame. That bracket's right in its way, so we've got to tweak that a little bit. Then we got to weld the parallel bar to the frame itself, and then weld that to the axle, right by where the bag mount is going to mount. Then we got to weld the tri-link to the differential, and then the differential tri-link to the frame. And then from there, we can set the bed on. Now, I did get an engine hoist. I don't think I did a video on that, but I got a cherry picker engine hoist over there that we're going to be making a little jig for so that we can put the bed on and set it on there. Because last time that we did that, we scratched one of the wheels just ever so slightly. But since then, we've actually rolled the fenders on the inside of the bed, and we got probably about another 2 inches of clearance. So then we got to make 6 bolts to mount the bed to the actual frame itself, and then we got to get all this loaded up because this car show is tomorrow at 7 a.m. and it's about 100 miles away. So no pressure for today. This all has to be done. It's all still loose, nothing's welded, it's just all kind of jigged into place. Big project today, but we're going to get it done because we're going to be at the show tomorrow, because now it's in concrete because we put it in wording, right? So we'll be there. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, got a lot to go with. So we'll see you guys over here. So I'm making some progress here. What we've done is I welded this airbag shock bracket, the bottom one, actually to this lower control arm. And what I had to do is, because you have to make sure that the bolt's in here before you weld this in place, very important, what I did is I ground off that side. This side has a hook on it. I ground that off so that it can lay flat against that that tower there. And then where is my level at? Oh, here it is. And then basically set my level up and get that in position where it's level, which looks right about there. Okay, and now I'm going to tack weld this into place. So we've already got this welded in, and I welded it extra strong underneath here to kind of help support this airbag bracket. And then I'll have it, you know, kind of tack welded in like that. Then I think from there we'll move down to the bottom parts where it bolts to the frame, or not bolts, but welds to the frame. Let me go ahead and tack weld this piece in right here. So there you go. Basically got those two tacked in on the back side there. Now I do have the bolt in here. Very important to make sure that you put that bolt in first before you tack weld it. Now what I've done is I've built some structure or supports right here for the top of the airbag. So I'm going to kind of shape these and put these in to position. Notice my battery's almost dead on my phone, so I'm going to charge that back up, and then I'll come back in a few minutes after these are tacked into place, and then we'll weld the top part of the bag mounts. So I want to show you guys a little trick what I did. So to make this support here, I used this regular steel square tubing, 2.5 inch tubing, and then I cut it and notched it out. So basically it kind of looks like this. Then I just took this piece, cut it out. Let me set it over here. Basically I took this piece and then I just cut it out with a die grinder, and let me grab a little something to break that loose. It's still kind of warm, so I need to put my gloves on. But all you gotta do is break that loose somehow, like that. Now this piece is pretty hot, so let me put my glove on. I just cut it. Then all you do is you take this and then you just put it back in upside down, just like that. And then I'm going to, this is the piece it's going to be welded to, so I'm just going to clamp it to here with some vice grips, and then I'm just going to weld it back in. So then I have basically a notch built. We're going to do this on the other side to kind of clear for the airbag. Now all I got to do, I basically clamped it, put the vice grips on it, and then I will just weld to it. There you have it. Now it's basically one piece. Now I'll go through and kind of finish weld that off, and then I'll put it back in its frame where it goes. Scared? So here it is. That's what she came out like. Put a little support beam right here, kind of give it a little bit of extra strength. Got the tri-link welded in, and then we got it supported over there on that. Got the parallel bars in. Got it pumped up right now. It's sitting at about 80 psi. Not very high pressure, but that's where I got it sitting. So I'll set the camera down right here and show you that it drops down. Okay, now I'll show you guys how it goes up. Let me grab my little portable air compressor real quick. There it goes. Looks like it gives us about 7 inches of clearance, or 7 inches of lift. So there you have it, guys. Got the airbags all put in. Riding Cali right now. So tomorrow at the show, we're not going to have the bed just because we weren't able to get that on there. I was trying to make a little jig for it, but we still have to make the actual brackets that hold it to the frame. So we just didn't have time to do that, but we're just going to be rolling to the show like this. We'll have it laid out, the front end all put together, but the bed won't be there. But anyway, we have another show next Saturday, so my goal is to have that bed on there by next Saturday. So I just have to get an extension for my boom. I've got a cherry picker. I don't know if you guys can see that back there. So I have a cherry picker that I've got set up. That's going to be what we're using to get it on and off so we can get it all measured up. But that's it for tonight's video. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys are working on. We'll see you guys next week.